I was searching for sad music, but I have none.
Do you want me to do something sad?
Do what?
Do you want me to do something silly?
Yes.
Do something sad? Fear the walking dead.
Do you just want to sing again?
Those who were with us are no longer with us. Fear the walking dead.
It's haunting.
Did you see that coming? Fear the walking dead. It's not dirgy enough. I'll work on it.
Dirgy, that's a weird adjective.
Yeah, like a dirge, like a funeral dirge.
Oh, geez, I've never heard that.
The dirge of Cerberus?
Yeah, like something like that. There you get it.
I was not ready for this episode. Not ready at all. I definitely thought okay, spoilers going forward. If we talk about the episode, so there's going to be spoilers. But I did not expect them to kill Nick. I thought that Madison was going to die. That's why he had the whole blue flower in his pocket. I definitely thought that's where they were going, was at this. Which, I mean, at the same time, kudos to the writers for completely blindsiding me because, we don't see Madison with them. And he's having all these flashbacks with her and chasing the guy in the El Camino. So I'm like, okay, this guy killed Madison. Now Nick wants to kill him, which is kind of a cliched story. And then, bam. So while I think they killed who I think is the most interesting character on the show, kudos for blindsiding me. I did not see that coming. It was done masterfully, I will say that. But I was not ready to see Nick die.
That's wild.
It's very wild.
Do that. Definitely no one is safe on this show. You guys are right.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, and that's good. Again, I told JP, I said I really wish I would have watched this last night. I just got done watching it because I watched Westworld last night. I get really into these shows. So when I watch them, like when Herschel died and then when Daryl got Glenn killed, I'm like, I'm done with this show. It sucks. Mm-hmm. And then the next day I'm like, man, that was a good episode. So if I'm a little more pissy towards the episode than I should be, it's because I just got done watching it. But man, I did not see that coming. I really thought Madison was going to die. Like walking through the field, I expected a bullet to hit her in the head. And
I think those scavengers have her somewhere, but I really liked it, man. I think that, Nick not taking Morgan's advice not to kill that guy is what got Nick killed. I think that's the big
She
irony.
came up and because he found her. That guy that Nick killed said that he was the one that found that little girl and taught her how to survive. So that was her father figure, and she shows up and he's impaled on some deer antlers. And
he really didn't seem too worried about Nick either. He just kind of turns his back on him, goes in that little whatever it was, just doing his business, and Nick runs up on him with the hammer. And
sadly, this is a lesson Nick won't get to learn because he's no longer alive.
Is there a possibility for him to learn it between the two timelines?
No.
Because he's alive in the past.
Yeah, but the past is what led him to this point of wanting revenge and then getting himself killed.
I think there's definitely still a lot more story they're going to tell, just as far as what kind of lured him back to the dark side, what made him take that turn, and what eventually got him killed.
So many questions. Because when I was watching it and JP come around the corner about time, I was like, what's the point of this show anymore? And I'm, getting all mad. And he was responding to that. But see, I go, why would you kill the most interesting character on the show? And JP's like, well, and I thought, he's going to survive. I mean, granted, he's bleeding out of his mouth, which when you have an internal injury and you bleed out of your mouth, it doesn't always guarantee death, but it's a pretty big indicator. It's not a good sign. And
that's true. Sadly,
JP was just talking about still watching the show. I was just waiting like, okay, something's going to happen and he's going to live. No. And he did not.
He did not.
I was not ready for it.
So they ended it with his death.
Oh, he's dead, yeah.
See, that's the thing. That's the difference between this show and The Walking Dead. Is The Walking Dead would have waited till the next episode to reveal if that person
The Walking Dead would have had him get shot, and then there's a point in the episode where, he gets shot and he looks down and he sees blood on his hand and he sees where he's been shot. Mm-hmm. That's where The Walking Dead would have cut off.
And then it would have been a complete snap to the next episode, complete snap to something that's unrelated. They're still alive, but it turns out that was in the past and an alternate.
It would have taken you back to Madison somewhere else, and the whole episode would have been her, and you're like, what happened to Nick? Mm-hmm. But man, so good writing, and I'm going to tell you what, they better not kill John Dory anytime soon. Garrett Dillahunt, I love his character. I think he's awesome.
I like that drawl.
Yeah, he does a really good job. He's a really good
Strand
actor.
Man. Strand.
Oh, Strand's the man. No, I love Strand, but
he better not be going nowhere.
He would,
I really am interested because, she asked him what was up with his hand. Why does he keep hiding his hand? I'm interested to see where that's. I wonder if that's maybe an injury from the dam or.
Yeah, at first when this episode started out, I was like, all right, I'm a little done with the flashbacks. We're really going to do this every episode. But I like
point
seeing
of them.
this backstory. Yeah,
Right.
I'm digging it more than I expected I would be.
This season so far has been really good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
I just wasn't ready for it. I'm still kind of in shock. Matt, now I need you to sing something happy to cheer me back up.
Don't cry, there's still plenty of people alive on Fear the Walking Dead. They've
Brilliant.
got Strand and Alicia. Is she alive?
Mm-hmm.
And there's Madison and now Morgan's too. And the guy from Raising Hope.
Bing.
There you go.
That's
How's that?
awesome. Okay.
So
I feel better.
Glass half full type of situation.
I feel better.
How much time is between the time jump here?
That we don't know. We know that the time jump in the past, it's been a year since they got to the ball field, which I don't know how long it was between that and the dam explosion, right, JP? Am I missing some
Yeah,
time there?
we don't know exactly. We know they lived there for like a year.
We know it had to have been a while because originally it was like right at the start of it, whereas The Walking Dead was a few years into it. Now they're completely caught up. So it's probably been a year or two, I would say. I don't know. I don't really know that.
That's a long time in like zombie apocalypse years.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Flash, I don't know. The Flashes between the past and now could be a year or so apart, giving us more Nick. But I want Nick in the present. I don't want Nick in the past. I want Nick in the present. I
That's why
just
it's
really
called
like this character, man.
The past is the past. The future is the future.
Yep.
The present is a gift or something.
So, man, you're just full of inspiration
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
But I mean, then again, as I try to be more rational about my grief from this episode that I just got done watching. So again, excuse the, me being.
That is crazy that you haven't had a chance to process that.
Right. I mean, it is true though. Not everyone survives. So I mean, that's an apocalypse. It wouldn't be an apocalypse or a dire situation if all your favorite people, Walking Dead, survived every episode.
No, I get it, man.
I say that, but they just killed Carl.
I
But you
saw
get what I'm saying.
Avengers Thursday, and I still haven't. I had a whole weekend to process it. I can't imagine how you're processing something
I'm going to see that tonight.
like 12 hours after. Not even 12 hours. Like 2 hours after you.
Like
You
try
literally
like
just watched
I was
it.
going to say try like 10 minutes.
That's tough.
I just
Do you
got
want to go
done watching
outside
it.
and like scream or
I would
punch
like to.
something?
I
Or
would like
kick
to.
dance, punch dance, whatever. Run in the
Kick
woods
dance,
and
punch dance.
punch kick dance.
I take kick punch dance.
kick punch dance.
Karate? No, it's much more artistic. But man, I don't know.
So that was the big takeaway from the episode. What else did anything else happen that was? I know nothing can match
that,
kind
right.
of feeling, but did anything else exciting happen?
Well, the whole episode, Nick and Morgan got to know each other, and then Nick died.
Like,
Yeah, it was
Biblically?
basically you think Morgan's kind of distilling his philosophy into Nick, and this is going to be like a season-long journey where he's reforming Nick, but that
Again,
journey was cut short.
how do you differentiate between the past and the present, and the future?
The
present,
coloring,
whatever it is?
it's not black and white like The Walking
Never
Dead, but
is.
like the present's got this very kind of just flat color to it.
like
just
a sepia,
would that be it?
almost like a brownish.
You're
kinda like an old-
using a lot of words I've
It's
never
more
heard
of
before.
a gray filter, like doing film editing. I'd say it's kind of
All I
like
did
gray
this-
filter.
All I did
The-
this weekend was read a dictionary. That's all.
Oh,
The past is regular color, so it's actually the opposite. Normally the past in The Walking Dead's was
Yeah.
kind of gray, black, or white. In this, the past is in color, and
Okay.
the present is more of a gray.
I wonder if that's kind of alluding to the fact that the future only gets worse.
It could
For
be.
Well, obviously for Nick it does.
A lot worse.
Sorry, that was too soon. I'm sorry, man.
Too soon.
I'm
You
sorry.
still see the tears, man. I'm just playing.
You see?
Or am I? Do you really want me to cry?
This is a musical version of Fear the Walking Dead podcast.
What the hell? I really thought too, like you said, and again, kudos to the writers because I really did. I mean, I was thinking, okay, well, that, like JP said, that's going to be the point of this episode or this season is Morgan's going out. First, I was thinking, great, so Morgan's going to die this season. He's going to lead Nick down the right
That would
path
be
before he
crazy.
dies. But no, so the more and more I, get through the processing of it, I'm like, wow, it really was good writing because I did not see it coming. It hurt. It still hurts, and man, I
you
really
gotta
like
admit
Nick.
though, Nick was kind of a dick in this episode. I mean,
Oh, he was.
he leaves Morgan down there at the truck, won't even throw him his stick. Is all
After
the
Morgan cut
zombies-
him loose.
Yeah, all the zombies are going down that hill right towards Morgan. Won't even throw him his stick. He's got a bum leg. I mean,
Maybe this
How long is Morgan
reasserts.
gonna have a bum leg for?
well, he got
he got shot
last
like
episode.
2 episodes.
Same
yeah.
leg. That's
the right
one-
leg.
yeah, which one was he? Did he hurt in the See, he hurt him. Oh, is that the same leg he got shot in? Never mind. Same injury.
Yeah,
He's been injured 3 different times in the same leg.
when you're as wild as Morgan, man, you definitely get injured. But
Stop leading with your right leg.
I don't know. I just like you said, it just did blunt. But like you said, Nick was being a douche, and I at first I was like, so is this to show Morgan that his whole philosophy's wrong? But no, JP's right. It's the exact opposite. It's reaffirming Morgan's philosophy, because had Nick not have killed this guy who was not trying to kill him, this guy would have gotten his car and left. That little girl would have never found him, and then killed Nick, and everything would have been okay in a sense. Whereas because he went in there, and the way Matt, again, for those tuning in, Matt watches The Walking Dead. He doesn't watch Fear. Matt,
I watched The Walking Dead begrudgingly.
The way that he kills this guy was awesome, though. It was a mounted deer. On the ground, and Nick just threw him onto the antlers. And
okay, what was a mounted deer doing on the ground?
I don't know. It's weird. It was like piled up and stuff, but it was in like a silo,
you throw all that money
like at a barn. Like his wife was like, "Honey, I don't want that in the house. I'll go put it in a silo.
I'll teach her. I'm gonna put it up somewhere where I spend more time than the house.
And we'll let the cows look at it."
That's right. You see that?
But yeah, it was a brutal kill, man. Like throws him on it and then just slowly pushes him down into. So I'm wondering, what
like a kebab.
We still don't know what this guy did to make Nick hate him that much.
Has something to do with Madison. We're sure of that. I think she's still alive. I think maybe she traded herself.
That's why they're hunting
something
hunting
like
them,
that. Yeah, something like she gave herself to the scavengers so they would I don't know.
Maybe they had somebody else and she traded herself for someone.
Yeah, who knows?
So in the future, Madison, and you don't know where Madison is?
We don't see Madison. Nope.
Anyone else?
Just Strand, Alicia, Nick, and Nick's girlfriend.
Oh, the people that surrounded the Humvee.
Right. Yeah, we don't know where they had this whole little community in the ball field, so I don't know if maybe the scavengers destroyed that, or it could be one of those things where the scavengers have them all held captive, and I don't know, though. The guy looked surprised to see Nick. I was going to say maybe they had sent him out to get some stuff. I feel like JP said, I feel like they got Madison and they took off, or they're holding her or something, and that's why they're looking, for did I say scavengers? The vultures. Mm-hmm. So many damn.
Have I been saying
vultures are scavengers?
I don't know.
I think I have been saying. I probably have been saying scavengers.
They are, Matt. Vultures are.
Well, I'm not going to lie.
Scavengers.
When you said scavenger, I was like, okay, that's cool. Another crossover. Wow.
No, the vultures. I'm saying scavengers because also check our channel, because I found this old burnt down factory yesterday. Well, I found it Saturday. Tried to live stream it on our YouTube, only to find that the quality was terrible.
I saw that potato quality.
Yeah, it was potato. And
have you ever filmed with a potato before?
Oh yeah,
not possible.
Way back in the day before we upgraded to real cameras.
Yeah. Because now you can't update and everything.
The way they did it in 1800s with
Oh yeah.
Every time they see a UFO,
printed out a little tater tot so you could hang it on your.
That's why all UFO videos are so bad, because who has a camera just walking around? They're like, "Honey, it's a UFO. Hand me that potato."
No, but that's funny that you mentioned that, because there was actually a study that shows that since cell phones have become a regular thing, camera phones and whatnot, UFO sightings have went down a lot.
Right, like proof or it didn't, video or it didn't happen.
Pretty much.
Good quality video or it didn't happen.
Even then, somebody would find, I keep mine on like 2 megapixels.
Right.
So I don't waste battery.
But yeah, so I found that. I tried to explore it. And what's crazy is on my phone, it looked great. Like when I was watching, I had the camera going, it looked like the quality was amazing. Then I started getting all these comments about how bad I'm like, what the hell?
I think it may have been the signal. Either way, I think it needed more JPEG. I thought it looked great. It was it looked like an episode of Minecraft.
Right, it did. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Found a burnt down factory in Minecraft. Because the video game podcast and all that were cross-platforming.
Yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead is not the only place that can do crossovers.
No. But so I checked that out. I was gonna go back Saturday night, and then basically, we had a few drinks, and we ended up not going back. It would have been cooler to check out at night, but I did go look at it yesterday, and I've got that video on another computer that I'm editing it on, so that'll hopefully be up at some point today. So check that out. But I went way around to get to where I was going. Basically, I'm probably going to say scavengers a lot instead of vultures, because this place looked kind of like the landfill in a way. So I kept on the video yesterday at this factory, I kept saying, it looks like the scavengers would be here.
These vultures, are they like actual vultures, like bird people?
No.
Or
oh God, like the Dark Crystal, like those weird puppet bird things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, have you ever wanted to see
nightmare fuel
a little girl get killed more than Charlie? I mean, number one.
Nope.
They find that church, with the stash of food, and she's been listening on the walkie-talkie, so they steal all the food from the church. I mean, wouldn't that be a point where you just like use violence and steal the food from them.
Right.
I mean, why don't they?
Madison
just,
should have totally let Nick kill that
Yeah.
dude and take the food.
I mean, sometimes she's
Shoulda,
got a
coulda,
strong
woulda.
arm. I don't know why they're not wanting a strong arm.
But I mean, yeah, no, that little girl's got to go because the thing is, after you think that maybe she got thrown into this, thrown into their group to spy, and then she got to know him, and you thought maybe she felt some sympathy for him, and it just was too late, and she was too deep at that point, so it went through, and then you see her at this church after, and you realize, no, she's still screwing them over, like she's still not really showing any remorse, and so yeah, I'm with you, and then she kills Nick, so. Little girl got to go.
Yeah, I mean the leader of the Vultures, he's like a non-violent Negan, and it kind of pisses you off even more. He's just standing there watching, just waiting for nature to take its course. I don't like it.
You don't like people watching?
I don't like people
He's
watching,
a cuck.
especially if they're not paying.
Cuckold.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's more to talk about on this episode, but
I'm guessing
I just
the big
can't focus on
takeaway-
anything but Nick.
What's happening? So you don't know what happened with the baseball field yet. How did they come across the baseball field?
They haven't told
You
us.
don't know that either.
They just drive around looking for stuff.
And what is this about a dam? You keep telling me about it. You keep.
At the
I
end
thought
of
you were saying
season
like
3.
like you were just being angry about something.
No, at the end of season 3, they were in this dam, and these
Dam what?
these bikers tried to take it over, and Nick blew it up.
Oh.
And it was just
Nick?
this big thing,
Well,
and
how was it blown
that was the last we saw him. Was it blew up, and the only person you really knew was alive was Madison at the end of that episode, I believe. But obviously they all survived, and they found this ball field. But
All right.
so yeah.
Is it a minor league or a major league? Do you even know what kind of ball field it is? Or-
I would say minor league. If that. I don't
There's a lot
know.
of advertisements on the wall and stuff.
Not really.
No?
Not that we can tell. It's been completely
Little League,
transformed
maybe?
a little
You think
community.
so?
No, it's bigger than that. It'd be like our equivalent of the Braves here.
Okay.
That kind of what? No, even
Atlanta
Durham
Braves,
Bulls. Think about the Durham Bulls Stadium.
yeah.
You ever been there? Something similar to that.
It's been a while, and it was a lot of beer consumed there.
Yeah,
So
it
JP
makes
is-
me wonder, when they were writing season 2, do you think they knew going in that season 3 was going to be a total sort of revamp, time jump?
Hell no.
You don't know?
You mean
mean,
season
I just-
3? You mean season 3 to 4?
I'm sorry, right.
Either way,
season 3
no.
to
I
4,
think
yeah.
they are flying by the seat of their pants.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Fear the Walking Dead the writing is really good. I don't know why I had to go all Italian.
You did. Nobody
With
could
that.
see that, but you had the
Yeah.
Italian fingers. so
It's a good show. But yeah, I don't know. JP, do you want to lead this? Any other questions or observations you want to make about the
Yeah, I
episode?
think I've asked all the questions. That
All I
had.
can see is Nick's poor dying face.
Whatever happened to the Abigail?
It was
Oh,
shipwrecked.
that sucker Strand burned it. Oh. They lost it, and then he finds it on a beach because it's
That's
TV,
how
and of
far
course
behind I am.
he
And
finds it.
he got to talk to an astronaut. Mm-hmm. He
In
found,
space?
Yeah, an astronaut.
Russian
He
astronaut.
hailed it on. A cosmonaut, I guess would be the
Yep,
There you
appropriate
go.
term.
Yep.
And that was cool.
And what'd they say? We're going to stay here?
He was just like, I'm in my coffin. I'm
Nein!
floating in my coffin.
That's German.
And they had drinks together, and it was nice.
That is depressing when you think about it from the cosmonaut's point of view. I mean, he's not coming back, and
He's going to run out of resources eventually.
Yeah, that's going to be
that's a terrible death.
yeah.
Unless he has some kind of escape pod and he can, fly back to Earth with a little parachute thing.
Even then, though, it's where will he land and how will he be? You know what I mean?
Oh,
If he
yeah,
lands in the
that's
middle of the
worse to-
ocean, there's no
yeah.
rescue crew or
What would be very interesting, though, is if we could somehow, after he dies, see him in space to see if he turns. If it's
Right.
something isolated to the Earth, if it's something in the human genome that's mutated.
Oh, wow, dude. Good point.
So that
Spoiler alert ahead. So if you're reading Why the Last Man or hadn't read it and want to, spoiler. So tune out for 30 seconds. At first, I was about to say, didn't we see something in The Walking Dead about astronauts not turning into zombies in space? But I was thinking about Why the Last Man, where the astronauts survived, but the men on Earth didn't. But yeah, that would be a space zombie. And then it connects to Black Ops, Call of Duty's Black Ops, where they had the moon zombie.
Multi-crossover. That's the
Bam, they're really
crossover
expanding
right
this
there.
thing out.
Jeez.
So yeah, I think that's really, we know that our groups are starting to, they're starting to get along a little better, though now Nick's death, I don't know, how bad that's going to strain it.
That's
but
crazy. They really are. I mean, they take some chances on this show.
They do.
But that's good that it's making you feel that way. You're so conflicted right now.
Right, yeah. Well, and it's like we said when we did The Walking Dead. With Carl, I just was kind of more angry. I just don't think that it was good writing.
Because
you know?
it wasn't good writing.
I try to find the good and blah 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 blah, and try to make light of it and say, well, no, they did that because Carl's the only one that can convince Rick to take that path. But then I'm like, I don't think you. With this one, I don't think it was done purely for shock value. The way they filmed it was to shock you, obviously, but I do think that it will. All of Fear the Walking Dead, they do a great job of like a lot of times what they do does have a big effect on what's to come. You know, so I don't know. I'm being easier on them than I was when The Walking Dead killed like Carl or Abraham.
With Carl, it just felt like you said, bad script writing.
Right.
But it was. I haven't heard anyone, aside from being sarcastic, say that it was good that Carl died and here's the justification.
Right.
I've yet to see anybody do that.
Yeah, I still don't.
Listeners,
Matt's like, bring it.
I want to hear. I want like an actual, real, justifiable reason to have Carl dead.
Right.
That's organic to the story.
Right. Doesn't feel forced. You know,
I understand the whole thing about the back and forth. Carl's not dead. Carl's dead. Even then, a lot of that was sarcasm.
Well, again, it's the filming, man. If they would have filmed it to where Carl revealed he had been bit and then he died right there, I think we might not have felt as bad. But like you said, we get these on finales and mid-season finales, and then you wait a few months. And like right now, this is the way I feel because I know Nick's dead. You know what I'm saying? Whereas we got to get over it. We had that whole like 2-month stretch of, basically acceptance, and then we watched him die. I feel like his death would have been far more impactful had he have just died on that finale. Like again, it just kind of goes back to the cliffhanger. It's like stop trying to
viewership. And
I'm glad the Fear the Walking Dead, man. They don't wait till a finale to kill. I mean, this is the third episode.
They don't take cheap shots.
I also feel like Fear the Walking Dead doesn't have to worry about viewership as much as The Walking Dead does.
Right.
Everybody is always on like about the viewership of The Walking Dead. That's like a flagship. It's like the last big flagship show of AMC when they became a big channel.
Right.
And Fear the Walking Dead doesn't like they're able to kind of ride the coattails of The Walking Dead at first, and now they can kind of stand on their own 2 feet. But they don't expect a big of numbers as they do for The Walking Dead.
Yep.
So I guess they don't have as much the producers breathing down their necks. Maybe
right.
They can
focus more on storytelling.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is I might be wrong on this. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure Scott Gimple oversees this too. So a lot of the people that don't like him on The Walking Dead, I know that he's got something to do with Fear the Walking Dead as well. But maybe he doesn't write it, but I know that he has something to do with running it as well. But I'm really digging it, man. Again, Garrett Dillahunt's character, John Dory, I really like him. I had read a description somewhere online, and this is kind of a spoiler, but not really because it was on like the AMC website. So, but if you don't want any kind of like JP doesn't like anything like any,
I like to go in fresh.
So you
baby.
might want to cover your ears, JP. Just cover them up. This isn't a huge spoiler, but
and put the noise canceling on. We can put you in the glass booth back there if you want to.
Ooh, there's a glass booth?
Yeah.
It just basically said that a description of John Dory on the AMC. I mean, this was their official website, so it wasn't like this was a spoiler site or anything. But it said that he's a guy who's not who he seems. Like you learn that his past isn't as cut and dry as you think. And I'm like, please don't make him out to be like he's a psycho or you know what I mean? Like I like the guy, and now you just killed like my favorite character on the show. Please don't make my other favorite become a psycho killer.
It's gonna turn out just to be like he's gay, but he's like in the closet about it. So we've got another gay guy. It's okay. Like you're cool.
We got Strand.
It's like a whole build up for the whole episode. It's like everyone, I'm gay. Is that?
That's it.
Is that it?
No, we thought you chopped your family up or something.
Strand, come talk
Strand's
to him for
gay.
a minute.
Yeah, you guys are like complete opposites. West Coast kind of Texan thing going, but they say opposites attract.
Oh, I'm gay. Oh, you want special treatment?
I think Strand likes a little bit of both, though.
Well, Strand had him.
Strand is more interested. I think Strand's more interested in culture, and I think it's not. You could be from a trailer park and have $5 to your name, but as long as you got your hair slicked back and you're wearing a suit, I think Strand will talk to you.
Strand had him a possible love interest, a country boy waiting back at the ball field, but we don't know what's happened to them.
Country boys can't survive.
Strand might be like, I've already got one country boy. I don't need another.
Not bad. That was pretty good.
That wasn't bad at all.
That wasn't bad at all.
And it was so funny. Someone had said on the live stream video I did for the thing, they were like, you deepen your voice for the podcast, don't you? I mean, maybe a little, but you got to realize cell phone cameras, like the microphones on those suckers don't pick up. When you've got a really bassy voice, if you don't have a good mic, it's really hard to pick up on the bass. So all you hear is the highs, which for mine,
The highs are high.
So
and the
no,
lows
I
are
don't
low.
really make my voice all that much deeper for the podcast, but it's just more to do with the microphone picking up the bass of my voice versus the, camera.
Yeah.
But
they're both really expensive technology.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much the rundown of that episode. Great episode again. Might be another season 3. I think that it's universally accepted that season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead was incredible, and it's really just as good as almost any season of The Walking Dead. Just great writing.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah,
great writing. Just really good. Leaves you wanting more.
Okay.
And I feel like this season's doing the same thing. Like
all the quality we sometimes miss in The Walking Dead, I think they found it and just I don't know,
juiced it.
Yeah,
you were looking like you
I
were
was
milking
squeezing. I was trying to figure. They wrung it out.
Squeezing a juice kind of thing. Yeah.
This definitely feels more like season 3 Walking Dead, where anyone could die at any minute. No one was safe, and
Yeah.
So let us know what you think below. Overall, we will rate the episode. Sorry, Matt, you're not allowed to rate.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just playing. You can rate.
No, I don't want to do it.
But we won't let it affect ours. You get to rate it, but it doesn't get averaged in.
Fine, fair enough.
So JP, out of 5 stars, what would you give this episode?
I'll give it another solid 4. I mean, like I said, with that ending, I mean, that was a bold move. It was good.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're not holding anything back.
I'm going to give it a 4.5 just because of the way it makes me feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good writing when you leave an episode
and
you feel
not
like
a strictly shock value kind of thing.
No, it's good for the story. It's not like they just did it to do it and make you go, oh my God. I mean, it's good. I feel like it's going to have a lot to do with things going forward and really going to change the way it goes. So I'm going to give it a 4.5. It really struck home. As much as I hate to see him go, which again we'll probably see him in the past, but I mean I would rather have him in the present.
Madison's got the time stone. Who knows?
No, that'd be fantastic.
Wow. Could you imagine?
Maybe Madison is an older Captain Marvel.
I could see that.
She's got the blonde hair. She's badass. Got the attitude.
She's a woman and she's blonde. It's close.
Before we go, have you noticed that Madison's country accent kind of comes and goes?
Well,
depends on how much she's had to drink. Just like
and I think they do go for that. And I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, I'm not saying the actress. I think the actress Kim Dickens does a great job. I'm just saying sometimes you pay attention, and I think it might have to do because for a while I had lost some of my Southern accent, and then when it just in the last year or two it started coming back, but. I feel like maybe because she was from the South, but then she moved out to California, maybe it does kind of come and go. But if you listen, sometimes she sounds really Southern, and then sometimes she sounds very normal.
Yeah, I think in an earlier season, maybe Strand was the first one that picked up on it. Maybe they were
drinking at that hotel right before it got overrun. Yeah,
because
that's when she says, "What was she from? Alabama? Is that where she was born and raised?" Yeah. So good episode. I'm digging this season. Side note. I don't know if we're going to review Westworld or not. JP said he doesn't know if he feels like because it is a lot to take in.
I'm not intellectual enough, man. There's so much going on. It's such a smart show, and JP's not that smart of a reviewer. So
I feel like people take some show reviews so seriously, as we found with Game of Thrones. The little 6 episodes we tried to review. People take some of these, especially these HBO shows that have these very intricate stories.
I'd love to talk about it
so seriously, but I feel like we'd get ripped apart for Westworld because it's one of those shows I really need 2 or 3 times of watching it with nothing else to do. And it's a lot of little Easter eggs, and so I don't know if we're going to do that. But by the way, I wasn't that impressed with yesterday's episode.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
I thought it was great.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay. Not saying it was bad by any stretch of the imagination. Just saying it wasn't. It's. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it's not bad. I mean, on that one, I would rate that like an 8 out of 10.
I think that's
still enjoyed it, just not.
Westworld's definitely a really, really good binge show because there are episodes where they're kind of filling in plot points.
I do like Evan Rachel Wood a lot.
Oh, she's awesome.
She's the
Dolores
redhead.
Oh, Dolores.
Is it Dolores? I don't know. But apparently she's taking a front row. I mean, she's already kind of a main character, but this season's really kind of
Oh yeah.
But no, she's everything she's in. She's awesome. She's beautiful, and she can sing.
She would be a good Captain Marvel too.
It pisses me off. I could have met her one time because I had some friends going to the Lost Colony in the Outer Banks, and her brother used to work there. Her dad runs a theater in North Carolina.
Wow.
So she's around there. But they were. She came to a party. But I can only imagine being around 200. This was when she was doing Across the Universe and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So. Think about those times. And
she's really good, really good.
Well,
but
at least you have an icebreaker if you ever do meet her.
That is true.
Hey, I could have met you.
Hey, I could have met you, but I wasn't anywhere near the place. And this is awkward, but
I've seen you naked on TV.
That's true, and in movies. Well, that's got to be that's got to be one of those things that you should not say to a celebrity.
I've seen you naked.
The first thing that you say to them, hi, I'm a really big fan. I have seen your tits.
And
I'm a bigger fan now.
And you look great. You work out probably. You probably eat healthy, don't you?
For the sake of quid pro quo,
like,
you
no.
can see me naked if you want. Why not?
Security.
Dear God.
Oh, and that's
Dear
the
God.
last time I ever met Evan Rachel Wood. Oh, man.
But yeah, so I'm still shocked. I'm still at a loss of words. I cannot believe that
It's a
Nick
hard pill to
died,
swallow, right?
man. Like,
I did not
jeez.
see it coming.
Nope. Good episode.
came all the same.
Good show. And we will see you next week for episode 4. Also, again, be watching for that other video that'll hopefully be up by the end of the day.
can't
It
wait to
requires
see
a
it
lot
myself.
more editing than these videos do. So,
Yeah.
and true story. Yesterday, right? My editing software apparently the license is expired. It's been that long since I've actually edited. More than just I just use Microsoft Windows for this because it's so easy. But I use Filmora to do other editing, and I spent from about 3 o'clock yesterday until 9 when Westworld. I had just finished editing it when Westworld came on. So I click render. I'm sitting back and then I click export and then it's like your license has expired for $59.99, blah 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 blah, and then it's like or you can just use a free trial. So I'm like, okay, free trial.
But put
click
your
on
card
it.
and information anyway.
Huge watermark. Huge watermark.
Oh, wow.
On the video. So it was pay $60 or have a huge watermark. So now I'm just here editing it with crappy old Windows Live Movie Maker.
Well, I see you've made your choices.
Tough ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sucks, man. Spent like 6 hours editing that video because one of the guys has a GoPro and then I've got my phone filming, and I would switched a lot between the two different views. Or like he knows a lot about this old factory, so when I would ask him a question, I'd switch it on the video to like his point of view so you could hear him more clearly. So I got to do all that crap again. So yeah, but we will see you next week, and we appreciate you listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Once again, I'm terrible at this. I need to remember to do this at the beginning of the video. Always wait to the end. I'm Justin.
I'm Matt.
And I'm JP.
So that way, when you're listening, you know who's who.
Oh,
I
that's
mean to do that. I think I
smart.
used to start doing that in the beginnings. I would say, like, I'm Justin, he's Matt, and he's JP, whatever, and we would go. And we've gotten. It's just because we've gotten so comfortable with you guys, the listeners. Like, we just feel like, oh, you know who we are.
Is that
We're
why
your
JP
old
keeps
friends.
taking his pants off when he comes in the studio. Is that how
I've never
comfortable
seen
you
him
get?
put his pants on.
It's a comfort thing.
I
That's
don't
all.
blame you. Fruit of the looms.
But the boxers, I mean, can't you leave those on?
I didn't know I was living in the USSR.
That's
you know?
okay. We can throw that chair out.
I didn't know this was a totalitarian regime.
It is.
But that's
cold.
fine.
That's why we have to leave the door open.
Oh man, I didn't know you were so cold. You could have told me. I could have turned the heat up for you.
I get it.
Little.
No.
We'll see you next week.
Why were you looking at it?
Why does it look like that?